I'm going to show you how to make a delicious sausage and squash chili con carne. Really simple to make, luscious to eat. The kids love it. You can do a big old batch of it as well. And it's perfect for when the weather starts closing in and it's getting colder. Great for things like bonfire night, parties. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I've got the oven on. I've got a pan on here, a nice little casserole pan. So first up, get a nice squash. Now, the skin actually is very delicious, but what I love about peeling it is it kind of allows the squash to soak up all those beautiful flavors. So once you've peeled it, just take the end off the squash. Remember the squash is round, so obviously be careful when you're cutting it. And when it comes into slicing it like that, just like keep your hands out of the way and just gently angle it down like that. Don't put your weight on too much, nothing kind of erratic. Then we've got these little seeds here. So I'm gonna grab a little spoon and we can remove these seeds. Now these seeds you can save, you can dry, and you can plant out next year to grow more pumpkin, which is very, very cool. So I'm using a butternut squash. You can use any squash or dent pumpkin that you like. Just slice it into little kind of sort of 1.5, 2 centimetre chunks. So I've got the butternut squash done, then it's the sausages, look at that. 400 grams of beautiful sausages. Now what I wanna do is just add a little bit of oil and I wanna fry off these sausages. I wanna pull them out into little meatballs. Gonna get the sausage like that, pinch it with your hand like that, and it comes out like a rustic little ball. Very, very simple, straight in like that. The better the sausages, the better this dish will be. As soon as we got a little bit of colour happening here, what we can do is add some nice fragrant things, right? We want to get some spice happening. So half a little cinnamon stick like this, just snap it. That'll go in, that'll start toasting up in all that frying fat. I'll season generously with black pepper, which I like. Then I'm gonna use 2 little spice hacks here. One is smoked paprika. The smoked paprika gives you that beautiful smoky flavor, like it's been cooked over a fire. Then I'm using a little Cajun spice. Now, these little kind of Cajun spices, jerk spices, rasa al hanout, curry powders, these are quite genius, right? Because they're little blends. So there's about like 8 or 10 spices in here. Oreganos, all the peppers, you know, garlic and onion powder. So I'm gonna put 2 of these heaped teaspoons in. It's just delicious. It's gonna give it real length, a really nice savory spice that I absolutely love. Just toast that onto those lovely sausage meatballs. Look at that. That's properly rustic. And then I'm gonna just highlight a little product that I kind of rate. You can use onion, carrot, and celery. So the Italians will call that a sofrito. And this is a frozen product. So if you go to the supermarket, you get bags of frozen carrots, celery, onions. It's just a nice little hack. I really like supporting the frozen veg. I think it's genius. It's brilliant for like just taking handfuls, 2 handfuls, not wasting stuff. I think for busy people that want to cook lovely food, these little cheats are amazing. You know, it's not just about frozen peas. I want to use like 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. That's how you're going to get that really deep, comforting flavor. Nice little trick actually, using balsamic vinegar. A couple of tablespoons, right? If you think about the sweetness in the veg that we're dragging out, this will give it a nice little kind of tang, and it'll give it the most delicious depth of flavor and a gorgeous color. Look at that. What I love about this dish is it's a family favorite. Everyone loves it. Like, you're using sausages, cheap as chips, you know, go for the best ones you can get. We're getting loads and loads of veggies into this dish. And also, it's like an amazing excuse to get more beans in, right? Because we expect to have beans in a chili con carne. So any beans you like, white beans, cannellini beans, veloute beans, butter beans, black-eyed peas, kidney beans, even chickpeas. So I'm gonna use a little bit of rosemary in here. Rosemary's a great herb, really good with butternut squash, sausage. It's a lovely savory herb, so easy to grow. So just a couple of sprigs, just finely chop that. What I love about making casseroles, chili con carnes like this, is it's got a really nice flow. You add the sausage, you add the spices, you add the garlic and the veg, you know, it just gets more and more interesting as time goes on. Look at the colours, the orange and the green, and all the kind of gnarly bits of sausage. Absolutely beautiful. Now we go in with the wet stuff in the form of lovely tinned tomatoes and some lovely kidney beans. Use any beans you want. I'm using kidney and black beans. Go in, juice and all. That little liquid is perfect for creating an amazing sauce. Then some lovely tomatoes. Gonna make it sweet and delicious. And look, if you wanted to do a veggie version of this or a vegan version of this, that's fine. Just pull out the meat. And I would sort of suggest using some fresh and dried mushrooms to get that umami, that depth of flavour. Just let it come to the boil. Give it a little season with salt and then pop it into the oven. Now, what's nice about popping it in the oven is it will continue to simmer and cook, so essentially stew, but from the top it's gonna bake or roast. So we call that braising, right? That means you're gonna get colour on here. You're gonna get reduction of liquid, but concentration of flavour. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm very happy with that. Let's get that in the oven now. Normal oven, 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, and then I'll show you what to do next. While that's cooking, please click the like button and give us some love, and don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and remember to turn on that notification bell so you know what's happening. Now, back to the recipe. So it's had an hour and a half, and it's just been blipping away. Have a little look at that. I mean, it's a real picture. So you can see how it's reduced down. Oh, it looks so comforting. So I want to give you a little tip on extra deliciousness, okay? It's a good one. Potato masher. So if you just go to one little side of the pan, just mash one side. Right, so what's that doing? This is breaking up some of the sausage, some of the beans, and some of that lovely butternut squash. Right, so just do it to about 1/3 of this pan. And what does it do? It gives you a creaminess, and it gives you a real smash of deliciousness and sort of unctuous flavour. So once we've finished doing that, we fold it through with all the chunks again. So that, I believe, is how you get really incredible texture. And, oh, it smells amazing. It smells amazing. This is when we have a little try. Oh, that was so good. A little extra virgin olive oil, not as an oil, but as a kind of ingredient, right? And you get that lovely, grassy, fresh flavour, and it gives it the most wonderful sheen. And on the floor is my little dog, Conker. He's got very wet. He's chilling out, but he's very excited about this sausage chili con carne. A little bit of balsamic. I know we put some in already, but that's cooked away. But just a little thimble of vinegar, any vinegar, can often lift a ragu. That's beautiful. I'm going to pop that back in the oven just for a little bit while I do the rice. We're going to go in with some rice. That same mug, like a typical kind of cup of tea mug, I'm going to fill this up twice. If you wanted to add some nice flavour, you know, you could take a little mixture of herbs, right, and just put that in there as well and get a lovely, lovely sort of fragrance and flavour to it. So this goes in, and we'll boil that for 12 minutes. By that time, everything's going to be perfect. Let's get some nice serving bowls. What shall I do it in? Let's do it in that one. It looks really lovely. Let's have a little look at this rice. It's had about 12 minutes. It goes from boiling, and then that noise stops. And that's when you normally know it's just lightly frying. So that's a good sign. So then we can take out the herb. That's the brilliant thing about herb, man. They've done their job. And just use a fork or a spoon or something just to fluff it up. Can you see how light and fluffy that is? Every time, a winner. So I like that method. Smells amazing. Let's just portion up a little bit. I love rice. You can see the little flecks of herb in there. Let's get our lovely chili out. Look at these beautiful chunks. So, chili con carne, but not as you know it. And then for me, just a lovely little bit of yogurt in there. Some pepper and just a little olive oil. You can finish that with a little soft herb like coriander if you want. For me, that is beautiful comfort food for this time of year when the weather's closing in. You get epic flavour in there and texture. It's delicious. Sausage chili con carne. Super simple. Like, get it all going. You can double the recipe, you can triple it. It's not like spicy chili spicy. Like, my little 7-year-old would have no trouble with that at all. It's very mild, it's very layered. There's lots of nice little surprises, but perfect for this time of year when things get a little bit miserable. But this is delicious. Hey guys, hope you're well. So this recipe you're gonna love. It's a beautiful smoky veggie chili with salsa, homemade flatbreads. It's really comforting to eat. You get 4 of your 5 fruit and veg a day in one dish. Come on. What you need is a large non-stick casserole style pan on a high heat. We've got about 3 or 4 beautiful sweet potatoes. I want a kilo of fresh tomatoes, a bunch of spring onions, like that. And then one of the heroes of the veggie world, sweet corn. Get your 2 corn, put it in your hot, dry pan, turn it like every minute, and then after about 5 or 6 minutes, it will be lightly golden all over, and that's what we want. At the same time, get your spring onions, just take that funky little wafty end off, and these can go straight into the hot pan as well. We're also gonna put in 4 cloves of garlic. So I've peeled this garlic here. The sweet potato here, we'll just slice up into little kind of 2 centimetre chunks. Okay, so the sweet corn needs a little bit more time. The actual spring onions, they're done. I'm gonna take the white parts of the spring onion off and put it here, and that's gonna be in our salsa. Green part is gonna go in a liquidizer. If we look in the pan here, can you see these lovely garlic cloves? They go in the liquidizer as well. So next up, we'll just get this sweet potato in here. I'm gonna put about 800 grams of tomatoes. I'm gonna put like 2 or 3 of those tomatoes over there. The rest of the tomatoes just cut in half and we're gonna put in the liquidizer. So 2 tins of black beans. We're gonna put 1 tin, juice and all, into this liquidizer. Also, I'm gonna use a spice. So I've settled on a beautiful Cajun seasoning. 2 heaped teaspoons. Right, let's blend it up. So in literally seconds, you get all those ingredients turn into the most amazing sauce. So let's take the sweet corn out. That's gonna go onto our salsa board over here. Now what we can do is go in with the last 2 things. We've got this sauce straight in. The flavor is gonna be amazing. And then in with the rest of the black beans and the juice. So you've got nice whole beans in there. So now what we have to do is turn down this heat, let it simmer away for about half an hour, 20 minutes until the sweet potato is tender. So as that does its thing, I'm gonna show you how to make beautiful homemade flatbreads. So here, I've got 150 grams of self-raising flour. What I wanna do is add to this a good pinch of salt and then 80 milliliters of water. That goes in. I tend to use a fork and just angle the bowl and mix it around, and then we can start using our hands. As soon as it's cleaned the bowl, then just give it a little knead. For about a minute, you don't have to do sort of too much. Cut it roughly into 4, right? There's your 4 balls, and I tend to just put my hand on it, push down, and roll it around, and you just make a little ball like that. So roll these into 4 lovely balls, let them rest now for a couple of minutes while we turn this veg into an amazing salsa. First job, I'm gonna take the beautiful charred sweet corn, and then I'm just gonna get my knife and just carefully hold it and run the knife down the sweet corn. Do that to the second one. Then we can push that to one side. We can go in with the beautiful spring onions. So that goes into the bowl as well. And then the tomatoes, I'll cut in half like this. See where the little core is here? Just cut that out. Then just squeeze the juice of the tomatoes away. Just like roughly slice it up, and then the tomatoes go in. Salt and pepper is really helpful in this story, but also vinegar. So mix it up. So salsa done. So look, I'm gonna put the lid on the chili now, and then I'm gonna get a pan on full whack, okay? It couldn't be easier to turn those balls into a lovely flatbread. Put a little bit of flour on the bottom, a little bit on top, press your balls down, and then get yourself a rolling pin and just roll it out and go as thin as you can, using the flour as you go. You can see how thin and fine that is. But then what's really important is to keep them warm. So get yourself a clean tea towel, just lay that out here, and every time you do a flatbread, you can cover it up. Happy days. Straight in to the pan. Pretty much straight away, you should start to see the self-raising flour kick into action and the little bubbles come up. So see how this is soft and spongy, and this is charred and toasty. I like that. Right, so straight into here, cover it up. So third one down, last one, in we go, and then we're ready to serve. Okay, so time to serve up now. Get yourself a nice, generous serving of the sweet potatoes, the beans. We'll take that salsa, and on top we go. We've got the flatbread here, so we take that and we can kind of tear it up, literally shove it in the side. Let's just take a little bit of coriander, a little bit of yogurt to kind of contrast it. That's an optional as well. I mean, it was a vegan dish, now it's a vegetarian dish, but you can kind of get vegan yogurts and stuff like that. Let's get amongst it. I love just tearing up our homemade flatbreads. Oh, come on. That is delicious.